Good evening, guys. We are just about to get started here. Strap yourselves in for some memes. Back at WL Silverstone. Welcome everybody to the iRacing LeMans here at Silverstone Circuit. It is a DHR car. And we've had internet issues. Oh dear. Thank you Virgin Media for making us miss qualifying entirely. Appreciate you. If you can hear us, let us know. Let us know in the chat. Let us know absolutely everywhere that we're back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We had no idea that was going to happen. If Virgin Media could let us know before they deduce that to us, you know, that would be awesome. So now what you'll get is the start of the race as we see it. So Craig, how's your PC?
Oh, hello. Well, I'm finally loading back into the sim. That just basically says how bad it is. Hello, everybody, by the way. It's live TV. We'll do it live. So to give you an update, Rob's already said that his I think he's mentioned his internet had some issues. I have also had the horrors of iRacing deciding to basically hate me. So we'll get through it. I hope we get through it. Please get through it.
Yeah, we're just waiting now to get back into the session. We won't have qualifying, funnily enough. We'll just have the race. So
yes, apologies for this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's unfortunately outside of our control, so we can't do anything about it. Well, we could. We could tell Virgin Media to stop this nonsense.
I could tell my PC to work.
Yeah.
Lots of things we could do. Anyway, while we're loading in, let's hype up. It's Silverstone, people. It's Silverstone. And I know we've got the Petit Le Mans tomorrow, but everybody's just trying to get that last race in on ILMS. And do you blame them? It's going to be a good field. I think I saw some Porsches out there as well as Audis, which I'm really curious about when it comes to the LMP1 field.
Mine is still loading in here. Just a quick second.
Oh, 93. Am I going to win the race?
No, I won the race already. I just need to get the rest of the standings up.
We have missed the start, by the way. Let's give you a quick update at the moment. Baron Mifkolos started the race, followed by Jacobu, Bland, Salmon, Blackwood. And at the start of the race, after one lap, we've got Baron Mifkolos in the lead by 2 seconds over Jacobu. In the LMP2s, we've got Joshua Krieger and Tom Halland, followed by Nelson Costa de Souza and Jack Gordon. But it looks like Krieger had a bad start. Something's happened to Krieger at the start. He is now in the middle of the GTE field, so that puts Halland in the lead. Meanwhile, the GTEs, the number 1 car and the number 2 car, that's Laurent Benso and Reese Newland. They are leading, and that looks like that's Zach Tonks. That's just had a moment coming into the start. He's lost it. Well, he's collected Pedro Gomez coming to the final corner. That's the club. So all going on at the moment, and Gomez really slow as well as Krieger trying to make his way through. A lot of side-by-side going into Village and the loop at the moment. That looks like that's 2 GTs and there's more contact. Tonks and Krieger's got together again, and they've collected Okan Aslakan. They've collected him, so it's all crazy at the GTEs at the moment. What's happening in the MP1s while Rob gets going? Joe Camper trying to hold off Connor Pearson, and he does so, but Baron Mifkolos had a 2-second lead over Jacobu, but a 2-second lead himself. The battle really is P3 at the moment. Alex Salmon versus Tom Bland. Tom Bland in a Porsche, Jacobu in a Porsche, Baron Mifkolos in a Porsche. Everybody else is running Audis at the LMP1 field.
Well, what's with the sudden increase in Porsche 919s? I didn't see any last week. Now I see 3.
Pass. Cannot tell you, unfortunately. All going on, by the way, it's all going on in the GTEs. We were talking about this battle between Bento and Newland at the front. Then behind them is Bastian Matla and Craig Dancy. That's for P3 and 4 at the same time. So we will wait and see what happens. Onto the back straight they go. Dancy's going to go side by side with Matla. They've been going into Stowe. Makes the move to Dancy. The Corvette makes the move in the Porsche. A load of Porsches, by the way. 8 of the top 10 are Porsches. The other 2 are Corvettes. Here is one of the Corvettes, Craig Dancy. He's made the move into Stowe. He's held it in the Bell Chicane. He'll be coming around Club. He will take P3 for the GTEs into 3rd place.
So if you just joined us offside, we got another guy going off. That is Kruger again. Oh, who was that?
Oh no, who was that? That is Bastian Matla. Oh no, he spun, sorry. Matla was in front of him. He lost control. Who did he hit? Just made
Zach Tongs coming around Club. He spins the car. Oh no, Joshua Kruger sitting on the apex of Club, and Zach Tongs an attempt to miss spins the car, and he gets collected by a GTE. And yeah, we're just trying to get caught up here. We are a bit flustered, as you can probably tell, and that is because Virgin Media decided that it chose the exact right time to kill the internet.
Yeah, right. Let me just give you a quick run on the grid while we're looking at this, by the way. I'll quickly rush down the LMP1 field for how they grid it up with Baron Mifkolos. But no, there's been contact between Loveridge and Pearson! Sorry, contact between Loveridge and Pearson! That's coming through Village in the loop there. What happened? Loveridge lost the car? And then that Pearson collects Pearson as he goes over the humps. Side into him, he flips Pearson over. Pearson has no choice but to tow.
Just having a look at this now. Conor Pearson was on his roof when I switched to him. What on... Oh! Did you see
Matt
them?
Loveridge taking a choker lap. And Pearson,
Oh,
well, he had a lot of damage.
Oh my god. Have a look at this. Have a look at this on the camera. Look, see Conor Pearson coming around, and then Matt Loveridge. Oh. That's not the way that you want to end up on your roof.
Definitely not. We've got a battle, by the way, for P2 in the LMP2s. Jack Gordon and Nelson Costa de Sousa. We've seen these two battle out before. Gordon was the faster of the two cars before. Gustav Grimbergus is behind them, aimed and primed and ready with the flashing light. He's doing what he can, but they're coming around Maggot and now into Beckett. And very shortly, they will hit Chapel, Chapel, sorry. Hello, I'm getting flustered myself. De Sousa's not had a good line through there. But it looks like Grimbergus might have some advantage here with the slipstream. Won't be able to catch up in the Simsa Esports and doing his best as well. And Loveridge in the pits.
You can just see that three-way battle for P2. Gustav Grimbergus coming up the rear with De Sousa in the middle, and Godden is leading the charge. They're 2.3 seconds behind Tom K. Hallams, who's just moving away, and Matt has also decided to pit. So that is two LMP1s in the pits, and I think Conor Pearson's going to have a little bit of damage, a lot of damage to repair between now and the end of the race, because, you know, with a diesel, you don't want it turned upside down.
No, break out the flex tape. I think you're going to need more than that as well. We'll give you some GTE action because the leaders are battling right now as they hit the Bell chicane. Laurent Benso in the Porsche versus Reese Newland in the Corvette. Reese has had a really good middle to last sector here around the track. One of the times that they crossed the line, they are identical. A 55.556 for Newland, a 55.609 for Benso. Okay, half a tenth of a second. But if you round it up, it's identical. They keep pushing, and they're not the fastest on the track. Dancy a bit faster, but Newland is trying to make a move. Comes around Village, doesn't get a lot there. What about the loop and into Aintree? Loses a bit of time. It's not exactly the best place you want to be when you're behind a car chasing, because of that situation. You don't know when to get on the accelerator, so won't be able to make a move down the Wellington Straight into Brooklands. Just set himself up. Might see a move into Cops, but I think he might have to set himself up for a move down the Hangar Straight in about 30 to 40 seconds time. But at the same time, the LMP1s are starting to make their way through.
Just about. And by the way, the splits are so weird. There is 10, so there's 12, 10, and 11. The action is evenly split amongst the three classes right at this moment in time. And, you know, we're going to have to go, you know, ring around the rosy just to make sure that we get all of them. But this is Laurent Benso leading the charge on the...
Sorry, Rob. Sam Blackwood's got damage. And would not surprise me. That's just happened this lap. That's happened this lap, and it is heavy damage to his rear right. Oh, chaos at the loop. What happens here at the loop? He goes around the loop. The GTE's to his left. He's following an LMP1. There's nowhere for him to go, and then it just blacks out for me, and I can't see what happens. But there was chaos going up to the Wellington, and he's had damage there. He's hit the damage at Aintree and the loop.
You can consider that a bit of an oof.
Indeed. So he's going to lose some time as well. That was Blackwood running in P5. That will put Stoke, Andrew Sacco into P5 and Joe Ciampa into P6 in the DH car. And Sam Blackwood is still driving out there, but I don't think he realizes how much damage. Basically, the wing pillar is folded. Yeah, as you can see, he's trying to go around Village. It's just not working. And then he comes around the loop into Aintree. He has to crawl around, really. He's struggling. Can't really make a move.
They forgot that Joe, he's only got 2.5k. I thought he had more, but he is currently in 6th position, battling for 5th. He's 1.1 seconds behind Andrew Stucco. I said Stucco right, didn't I?
I think it's Stucco, yeah.
And he is currently chasing down for his claim to fame. On the front, we have 2 DHR cars. We have one that's out of place, and we also have Alex Salmon coming through. And I think that's is that Connor Pearson? Yeah, it is. It is Connor Pearson. That car was on its roof. iRacing. Do you want me to replay what I meant?
Let's not replay the damage, because that was a lot of damage, and like I said, that was a flex tape situation there. Alex Salmon, though, catching Jacobu, having a great start to this lap, coming around the farm curve. Jacobu's going to get held up from Pedro Gomez here in the LMP2. What can he do as my phone keeps going off, and it's really infuriating. Salmon's trying to go around and does, but can he make a move on?
I think he's gone to kill the phone. I'll take over. Alex Salmon is just sniffing the tail end of Ishmael Jacobu as they come around Copse right now onto the old part of the circuit. Swing around. Here we go. I'm coming down the old... Oh no, wait, this might be the new section of the circuit. We'll know in about our corner time.
The old start finish straight, Roberts. The old start finish.
They look similar, all right. But I was right the first time, so I was proud of myself. As they come through the S's now, it's going to be a lot of weaving and winding as they come around. The main thing is to not get bogged down. Do not get bogged down in the S's or through Maggots and Beckett's. And if you do, make sure that you've got plenty of boost to keep the prime piranhas away from you. The prime piranhas in this case being the OCM cars that are following up behind him. Joe is still closing the gap to Andrew Stucco. And we're looking to see if the accordion effect will happen. Gustav Grimbergers, by the way, still not making moves on Nelson Costa de Sousa. Car number 20 is still beating off the car number 6 as they come past Wellington Straight.
Look how aggressive Grimbergers was going around Brooklands there into Luffield. Really took more speed there compared to D'Souza. It's going to set him up pretty nicely now. He does not get a good exit around Woodcote, it feels like. Still has a bit of slipstream. The gap is 0.4 of a second as they come into Copse right now. Again, will this be a case of set yourself up for the hangar straight? I think he has to. D'Souza's got a little bit wide on the exit of Copse there. Should not compromise him. Needs a little bit more time, if anything, using that. Around Maggots they come. Into Beckett. Into Chapel. Grimbergers has gained that deficit back again. Around Chapel they go. D'Souza has got it in front of him. Don't think it's enough for him to get the slipstream. Grimbergers will be able to close up, but he just can't get that. Can't get there, really. Again, sends the car in for a shallow apex line. Really good line there. He got close, and then he just got too far away. D'Souza going wide and then in, just helping. But now the Vel chicane, D'Souza losing the gap now. The gap, they are almost going to be touching each other any second right now. Comes around Club to the start of this lap. Out of curiosity, what were the times there? A 46.4 and a 46.061 for D'Souza and Grimbergers respectively. Grimbergers now coming around to the farm curve into Village. I tell you what, if he was a little bit there, he could have made it.
Yeah.
He could have made that move. He's going to make it now. Is he going to make the move through entry? He does.
He did make the move through entry on towards the Wellington Straight. He'll have it. More than likely, if we might not. That is Nelson Costa de Sousa and the number 20 car looking to see if he can get on the inside. He does go side by side, coming down into Luffield, on towards. Ooh, does he make a move into Copse? No, he doesn't.
That's not Copse, that's Woodcote.
Sorry, Woodcote. Sorry.
Oh, D'Souza's gone wide. D'Souza's gone wide. I heard a bit of gravel there. He might have lost some time, but he hasn't. He is still battling for this right now. Around Copse they go. What line will they take? Well, D'Souza's got the dirty air, and it just shows. Grimbergers took a lot more speed from Copse, and he is now starting to pull away into Maggot. This is where he was faster compared to D'Souza. D'Souza just taking a shallow line. He's had to put the brakes on. I see tyre squeak there. He lost the back a little bit, coming around Beckett and Chappell. He is now no longer battling for P3. He's got Matt Loveridge behind him, who's an LMP1. It shouldn't be an issue, but he has lost that slipstream now. He is now down into P4. Going
back to the battle for first place in GTE. Car number 2 and car number 1 battling for, well, first. It's kind of ironic. We were having this last week as well when we were at the Sebring International Raceway, when first and second were battling for first and second.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great to see that, though?
Yeah, just
two highest I-rating guys battling each other in the same class. That's what you want to see. They are holding on to each other. But it's not a. Last week was a Corvette and a Corvette. Porsche this week around Silverstone, really showing its strength at the moment, and you can still see the Corvette is still trying to just bully its way into that dominance, the dominance of the series with the GTEs. And you can see with 2 of the top 3 are Corvettes, the rest of the top 10 are Porsches. That just gives you the idea. Well, I'd say the rest of the top 10, there's only 10 GTEs, so you've got 8 Porsches and 2 Corvettes. Where are the Fords? Where are the Ferraris? Well, they're nowhere to be found at the moment.
There we go. I've now got the prime view of the back of a Porsche. Oh, as he's swerving to try and break the cycle. He's trying to swerve and break the rear end toe that a certain Laurent is giving to Reese. He does not want to see that Corvette passing him under any circumstance, but he is going to pay it back in terms of allowing the car number 2 of Newland to gain fuel and to essentially gain time when they both come into the pits. And he'll try and break it completely and stop that fuel saving, that dastardly meddling kids with their fuel saving. It does live. Thank you, Coy.
Right, so just want to tell you why that was happening right there. This LMP2 battle for the lead has gone down. It was 2 seconds at the last lap, now a second. Tom Hallens and Jack Godden had a terrible trip around the traffic when it came around to Stowe, came to the Bell chicane. Even up the Hanger Straight they were having issues. So Godden and Hallens' gap was a second. Hallens has managed to get some good traffic through the village, through Farm and Village. It's now back to 1.5 seconds. But Godden now has Grimbergus right behind him. Again, Grimbergus gets held up through Aintree. Not too much of an issue, but these guys all of a sudden were bunched up, and now they're bunched back. Now they're pulled back apart again. I was going to say bunched apart again. I don't know why, but they are still they're in the vicinity of each other. But as they're slowly going through the GTE traffic, I say slowly because of the opening speeds. Rushland goes by Grimbergus there. So he will now have to go through the challenges, that is, the LMP2s. I think he had a 2-second lead. I said he had a 2-second lead. Jacobu's got damage. Serious damage. Oh, no. Alex Salmon has got into the back of Jacobu, coming around to the old start-finish straight. He turns Jacobu, and they both go into the old pit wall. Salmon flips. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Salmon's done. Engine's done. He's still flipping. On my screen, he's still flipping. He's done.
Let's see what on earth. Oh dear. Well, that's a bit of damage. Let's see what happens now. He got pushed in the end. He got pushed in the rear, but what?
He keeps flipping. He keeps flipping. He keeps flipping. And soon you'll hear the pop of the engine. He is done. What? I have never seen a crash like that. He's still flipping. And there you go.
Let's have a look at that again. Just to say, the car number 7 of Ishmael Jacobi hit the rear end of Alex Salmon. Alex Salmon tried to reply on the inside, coming up through the old part of the circuit. No, sorry, the new part. And then, things you don't want to see. And he hits a GTE as well on his way back down.
Yeah, I think that's what caused the engine. No, the engine damage was already caused. So, okay. Let's just work out now. Top 3. Baron Mifkalov is now 13 seconds ahead of everybody. Then it's Tom Bland, a name I can't remember seeing in ILMS broadcast. Then Joe Ciampa in P3. Andrew Stucco in P4. Sam Blackwood will take P5 after Yakubu pits. I mean, he still got damage and he did not take it. I'm not sure why he didn't take the damage, but, well, thanks to hindsight, you can see why he's not repaired that damage.
So, Joe Ciampa, after, doing his thing, going around, he's now up into 3rd position. That's one for the iRacing Twitch clips, to seeing all of that damage. Dear Lord. I've never seen, well, I think I've seen a few cars flip like that. I've never seen an LMP1 flip like that.
I don't know if you saw, he was in the pits. Basically, he had nothing on the car. Everything was removed from the car when he towed. No wing, no engine, no backplate, no front. You name it, it was gone almost.
Well then. Carnage, carnage, chaos, and everything in between. Welcome to iRacing. And Raidillon TV.
Right, we've got a nice little battle here for P6 and 7 in the GTEs. We've looked at the chaos of the LMP1. Now, these guys are actually right in front of that accident. Antonio Piexi in P7 against Jerome Charvet.
Sorry, just to interrupt. Did I just see contact with an LMP1? And sorry, just looking at the car number 20, that is Nelson. Oh, Nelson. What? What's going on, Nelson? Car right.
Whoa.
Car right. Just having a look at this again, you can just see Joe Ciampa looking to. Oh. I'm gonna leave it at that, but yeah. Luckily, nobody was severely damaged, I don't think.
Right, back to the GTEs. We know about the battles at the front. Let's look at the battles at the back. Like I said, Jerome Charvet in P6, Antonio Piexi in P7. Coming around Cops right now. They've been really close. The gap is 0.2 of a second. Both Porsches. It's going to be really fun to see both of these guys go basically toe-to-toe around Maggots. Here they go. Who takes the better line? A little bit shallow, but nice late braking from Piexi. But he loses time because he can't get on the throttle early enough. He actually loses 0.2 of a second with that. So Charvet will continue with his lead. His lead in this little battle here. The gap is now 0.4. If Piexi just held on to that a little bit, I think he might have been able to just get a slipstream battle here down the hangar straight. He can't. Into Stowe they go right now. Again, Piexi holds the inside line, so he's not going to get a lot. He's not going to take all that curb on the exit. Loses time because of it. Vel chicane. What will he make? The slow Vel chicane. Charvet's a little bit slidey there. Not entirely sure.
Piexi is carrying a lot of damage. Did you see his left rear or his left side?
That because he was the car right in front of those LMP of the scene of the crime. Jacobu.
The scene of the crime. Oh dear.
And Tom Bland has gone into the pits with 36 minutes remaining. Is that an early pit stop?
He might be looking at an early pit stop. I mean,
he has.
He might want to, get some clean air.
I don't know if that's clean air or not, because he's now got to go through the GTE field once again. Quite an interesting decision there. He might
have thought, maybe at this stage they're separating out. I'll probably get better traffic management if I do it now. It's all about that roll of the dice, as you can see, that's not a three-way, that's a two-way battle right now. There's a LMP2, which I mistook as an, oh my dear Delira. Look at the livery of Matthew Notley as he's overtaken. I feel ill.
They're going side by side. Wait, hang on. Is that Jens around the outside of Stowe? It is.
Yes,
it is. Can he hold it into the Vel chicane? He does. Wow, around the outside he defends. Notley still being aggressive, but Holm trying to hold on with the modern day Audi livery against this abomination. Sorry, Matthew. Holding on. But Holmes had a bit of issue with this lap traffic, and look at this. Notley's going to try to take advantage. Oh, Home almost hits the back of D'Souza there in the LMP2. Notley wants to try it again through the loop in the inside. He's trying to find this gap. He can't. Because D'Souza, decides that he's just going to stay out of this at entry. Notley loses a bit of time, but that's a little bit of impatience there from Notley. Just hold it back. This is the battle for 5th and 6th, by the way. We'll be 6th and 7th once everyone's done their pit stops, in theory. But he's trying to put his nose where it can't go because he just wants to get by.
What? There's a face on that shark fin. I don't know who it is, but I'm concerned. Concerned about this guy. Mr. Lap 1 incident. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Less of that. The GTEs,
I missed a lot of things. Sorry.
Yeah, the GTE battle is still ongoing. We're still on the same sort of train where Charvet is keeping Pikesy behind him. The car number 13 is struggling to get past the car number 19, even though over the last lap Pikesy was slightly faster, and you can just see as they come down towards, I think that is the it is the new part or the old part of the circuit. They were coming past
Cops.
There you go. That's what I got. They were coming past Cops into Maggots, sweeping towards Beckett's now. You can just see Charvet's taking a wider line through Beckett's. I think he's trying to break the slipstream as much as he can. I'm honestly not sure how well that's working for him, because right now Pikesy's looking on the inside and he'll have the inside line as they come through Stowe. He's actually made it. Oh, he's almost made it happen. Charvet is.
Like, be careful. Yeah. Oh no, Gomez is in the pit. Sorry. And would he make it actually through that? Wow. The Charvet had the inside line there, but Pixie put his car right in the middle. Charvet had nowhere to go. Good defending there from Pixie. But this battle's not over yet. Not over in a heartbeat. Coming onto the start-finish straight, they go right now. In they go to the first corner. In they go to Abbey. Through the front. Ooh, Charvet had a... Ooh, that was a wide line from Charvet. That brings in Pierre right behind him. This two-car battle is now a three-car battle. Trying to catch up. I'd be interested to see what PXC does without Slipstream and what Charvet can do. Gap at 0.7. Let's just have a look at this. Matt Loveridge will come by them any second as well. But what will be the difference? Because we know PXC has damage. Let's just see. The gap is still 0.7. It's only going to be 0.6, so it's only really a Slipstream. Yeah, only a Slipstream. So even with that little bit of damage on the front PXC, it's not affecting him at all. So that's good to know for him. And now Charvet's on the defense again, just not for P6, now for P7 he's defending.
Yeah, so he was battling in front of him. Now he's defending behind him. Mental maths here at Raidillon TV is top notch. I just saw Sam Blackwood pull into the pits. He's making a pit stop. Nobody else is pitting right now. So, with the current state of affairs, we're looking at a few battles in GTE and LMP2, but LMP1 field is starting to spread out, especially after that
oh man, Matthew Notley almost went to the back of home there. Can you say they're spreading out at the moment? Is LMP1 field? No, it's still going. Notley really wants this position from home. This goes by the LMP2 there of Tom Hallam's there. He's still got a good 2.5 lead. Going to be boosting past right now. They're going to be side by side on the old start-finish straight. Notley will take the position. Holm has nowhere to go. Holm decides to go around the outside of Cops. How's he held that? They're still side by side. He now has to yield. Surely if they go into Maggots, he does yield if they go into Maggots, but not by a lot. And I think Notley used a bit of boost there on that start-finish straight just to get the position done. Let's see what happens if they come down the hanger straight. Notley's actually got a lot of boost. I am corrected. Notley's got all the boost. Holm has got nothing. So wow. Honestly, thought Notley used a bit more boost there on the old start-finish straight, but he is now a buy, and well, you can see why he was desperate to get by Holm, because look at the speed he's got right now.
Yeah, he's in a different planet, really. He's just, as soon as he overtook him, he just made sure that he could make it stick. That's the main way to be, really, at this point in time, is you want to make the thing stick. You want to make It's oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look away from that car, and we're gonna look at the rear end of the GT field. Charvet now under threat from Tiago Neves Pariah, car number 16. Actually, it's Pikesy and Pariah. They're in the same team.
Hang on, Rob. Rob, sorry to interrupt. We've had a moment at the lead of the GTEs. Reese Newland went up. What happened to Reese? He blinks out for me, but it looks like going into, where was that he was? Going into Lovefield. He's lost the back of the car and he is spinning. He's now sitting in P4 after being in the lead. He lost, that can't be right. He lost 10 to 11? No. 15 seconds he has lost.
Oh, he lost it big time. Let's just have a look at this. Coming through, you can see the car number 2 chasing down the car number 1. Oh, he's lost it. What?
Yeah. Crazy. And
oh,
there's been a contact there between Blackwood and Coleman. And massive. Ow. I could just hear them having a bit of a talk there. I'm not going to repeat anything apart from Coleman said that he left the room. That's all I'm going to say is Coleman said he left the room. But that is damage there for Coleman. I don't think it's going to affect... well, let's be honest. What else can affect Sam Blackwood right now? The back of his car is absolutely destroyed.
Oh, that's a crunchy boy at the back.
So, 27 minutes remaining. Baron Mifkunov in the lead of the LMP1s. 26 seconds ahead of Joe Ciampa. Joe Ciampa is 21 seconds himself ahead of Notley, but still. Only a few cars are pitted. Bland, Stocko, and Blackwood. They've all pitted. Loveridge in an early pit. But apart from that, nothing else. Tom Holland is 3 seconds in the lead of the LMP2s from Godden and then D'Souza. In the GTEs now, it's Benzo still in the lead, but Dancy is now takes P2. 3 seconds ahead now, Benzo, and Matla is in P3. Reese Newman was P2, now 4.5 seconds behind. I think he might be able to catch that up, though. I think he's in line for a podium. We'll wait and see for that.
Just looking at Joe, being Joe, big fast. That time's last lap was a 1:37.695. He is he was a 1:39.453. He's almost 2 seconds slower than Russell on that last lap. But I think he also had traffic to deal with. So we're seeing the ebbs and flows of how the cars react when in traffic. I keep thinking that LMP2 is a 919, by the way.
Because it's based off a 919.
Yeah, but on the rear, it just like, where's the difference? Like,
I pass. But Joe Ciampa, by the way, I just wanted to say when you said about the time difference. Now you got to think.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. No, we've got Sam Coleman having issues on the track. Let's see what happened to him.
Oh no!
Oh my God! That's Matt Loveridge. Look at.
Oh my God!
Look at this! Look at this! It's terrible.
I mean, is that aero? He started doing a front flip. Then the game decided he should do a back flip. What?
What?
I'm just saying, you show me a car in real life that does that.
We're playing it now in slow motion, so we can dissect the damage. You see, there's a there's a problem. There, yeah. He starts doing backflips in the middle of the air for no reason. Oh dear Lord!
And now Matt Loveridge will attempt the double backflip to triple front flip.
Oh, this is the Olympics now.
I don't know. Hallam's in the pits. I don't know what we've just seen. Sorry.
I've seen a man getting murdered. No, wait, hang on.
Two insane flips.
Imagine using VR during that. I think if I was in VR and that happened, I'd just vomit. But to quote myself, I just witnessed a man getting murdered.
We've witnessed 2 murders from high impact flips, but I've never seen anything like that. I've got no words. What I was trying to say was we were talking about traffic issues. If you are an LMP1 or an LMP2, you can lose upwards to almost 2 seconds around this track just by getting caught up in one or 2 areas. If you get the unfortunate thing to be stuck behind a GTE from the farm curve to village, you can't get by them. So you're going to be stuck through village, into the loop, into Aintree. That's a good 2 seconds. Then if you get stuck behind the GTE at Maggots, you've got to be really brave or really stupid to try and get around them through Maggots. So those 2 areas can really make or break a battle when it comes to getting past lap traffic. As Stocko there, you can see, and Tom Bland. Looks like Stocko's actually overtaken Bland. Something must have happened there. We'll try and keep an eye on that while we're watching Pixie and Charvet at the moment. Just a lot of interesting battles here. You could just see how those 2 just had to wait to get around the cars after that chaos. And Pixie decides he's going to pit. Question: will he take the optional repairs? I don't think so.
If it's not affecting him in a massive way, I would say no. Because he can just, he can continue doing his thing. He's not in too much of a worry, but, he has to be careful of the car behind him. So the car behind him being Charvet, making sure that he at least gets his perfect outlap so he can maximize the gap that he gains. And as long as he can do that, he'll be pretty much sorted.
So, Bamriff come off in the pits.
Connor Pearson in the pits again.
Really?
He's been in the pits 3 times.
I think that's the... and the OCM guys are probably going to hate me. That's the OCM strat. It's the... Well, you've got damage. Don't bother with fuel. Just get the damage done. We saw that in their endurance racing, which made a lot of people, including ourselves, goes, hang on 1 second. How did they just get that massive damage fix in 40 seconds? Oh, no fuel or tires.
Oh,
right.
Oh, and I just want to give you an idea of how damaged Ismail Yakubu. Oh, he's not damaged anymore. Actually, here's a good one. There is nothing on that car. As we see, Joe coming into the pits for his scheduled pit stop, as is Holm. Is coming up just behind him. You can see his flashlights there, or his headlights there. And you can just see the damaged car, the damaged wreck that is Loveridge.
Yes. So, everybody in the LMP2 field has now pitted. I want to say yes. Yes, everyone in the LMP2 field has pitted. Is that Tonks? No, he's not in the race anymore. No. So, everyone has pitted. As I was losing my train of thought there at the moment.
Oh, sorry, we just had a spin. What has it been? It's been somewhere.
You made me jump.
Sorry, that was a spin by Sam Coleman. What happened to him? Just having a look. Comes in on. Ooh. Just coming. Ooh. The car just sort of noped out of that one. And at least it ejected him into a safe place. But, yeah, the car is definitely not having a good time out there. The track temperature, when we showed it at the start of, well, at the quote-unquote start of the session for us anyway, it was 26 degrees out there, so it's not the hottest track in the world. So
it's now 22.
Yeah, so it's getting colder. So you're going to have to be careful with your tire temperatures. I mean, generally speaking, the tires love to be driven in colder temperatures, as in, colder track temperatures, so they're not boiling. But if you don't get enough heat into them, well, that's what happens. You start sliding a lot.
And this is probably the coldest we've seen Silverstone. Granted, we are now in October, It's a sim time of October 3rd.
Yeah, so we're cheating a little. We're cheating a little bit
in the morning as well, but it's still a 22 Celsius track temperature. As we see Thomas Wick, by the way, almost going into the back of Tom Meverell there. Very close battle between these two. I was watching it as they finally did their pit rotation. Meverell took an undercut per se. One of the only two cars. Oh, Pedro Gomez has towed. What has happened to Gomez? And he has also disconnected. I have no idea what's happened to Gomez, but I think he has just decided that's it. Oh, what happened? He spun at the start-finish straight. Not a DQ. He spun. Just parked the car. Okay.
Might never not have been having fun. That can happen sometimes, you know.
Yeah, you always gotta have fun around here. You've always gotta have fun. You know, if you're not having fun, there's no point racing. There's no point. Well, yeah, there's no point being competitive. If you're not having fun, then what you doing?
If it's not fun, why bother?
When the fun stops, stop. Simple as.
What are we advocates for gambling prevention?
Hold on, I got a new odd coming up. Whatever they say. Sorry, whatever they say. Anyway, back to this battle between Meverell and Wick. Well, something's happened because Meverell's now down into P5. He's now lost a couple positions. While we were looking at what happened there to Gomez, it looks like there's been... Oh, he lost it. Lost it at Luffield? Yeah, lost it at Luffield.
Who?
Back of the car wasn't happy. Meverell lost it around there as he was defending against Wick. Lost the back of the car, almost similar to what we saw with Newland. And Newland's had another moment. No, he's not had another moment. Sorry, he pitted early. I thought for a moment, why is he in P8? I just realised he pitted. Newland's one of the first ones to pit for the GTEs. In fact, it's only Newland and Pixie who have pitted for the GTEs with 17 minutes to go. GTEs can really go long on the fuel stints here, so we should be expecting to see them now. As I say that, Benzo in the pits. What will Dancy do? Will it be Fancy Dancy? It will not be for the best name in the world, aka Craig. He continues around and he will lead the lap.
Just the way that you said that, without them skipping a beat as well, you're just like, yeah, that's it. Hey, Craig leads a race. I know we're not talking about Craig King.
I played table tennis with a guy with the same name, and when he would umpire, he'd go, instead of saying Craig to serve, he'd go, best name in the world to serve, love all.
Dominic Gross, good evening. How are you? You join us after we've seen 2 deaths. I really do want to tell you, by the way, that there's one in particular that I think everybody can agree was a bit of a oh yikes, was the death of Matt Loveridge. I've never seen a car just reverse its flip, but there we go. Yeah, you know.
I mean, we saw Alex Salmon go crazy in the air, and I thought that's a big one. And then really, with no offense, Matt Loveridge goes, hold my beer. There's no other way to describe it.
Yeah. Now, a fair warning, if you are of a nervous disposition, you can look away now. You can come back to us in about 40 seconds. We're just seeing the replay of the car number 31, Matt Loveridge, as he's coming through the field. He was actually trying to regain some positions here, and he was coming up towards the LMP1 car number 25, and just watch what happens. We're just going to be silent for a minute and just watch. And that was from the chopper. Now we're going to some real...
Oh my god, you're doing it from there?
We're doing it in the cockpit. We're doing it in the cockpit. For any VR viewers, I suggest you look away now.
Oh my god! Oh wow, that's
Yeah, that hurts. That is boner juice.
Hurts. I know. By the way, everybody in the GTEs are now taking their pit stops. We'll let you know who's in the lead. I think Benzo does have his lead. He does indeed. Not going to be a big lead, by the way. I know someone who has VR and a motion rig. He had a big accident once, and he had to get out of the rig, get out of the VR, and sit himself in a dark room for the next 30 minutes. I would not want to imagine how long you'd have to be in a dark room if you had VR after that crash. But I think it'd be more than 30 minutes.
I think you'd need to go to the hospital.
Motion sickness to the extreme.
Yeah, you just get kicked around, and then you're seeing your car going sky, sea, wall.
It's the fact that in that split moment, you see the ground, but then you re-see the ground, and you're like, hang on 1 second, that's not the right way. Then you realise what happened. I mean, that is scary. Not as scary as the gap that Dancy now has compared to Benzo. It's only 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, we're
nice
just
segue there.
Well, I was going to say it's the equivalent of saying, "You've got some damage. Let's get that fixed." The spotter coming over your radio after you've done like 6 or 7, 8 flips, like what Loveridge did.
Oh no, PXC's had a spin. Now what's happened here? That's Charvet. Now Charvet's come out the pit. Okay, while you get the replay, Charvet has come out the pit right next to PXC. PXC's trying to do the farm curve, and Charvet just completely takes the apex. They make contact, they come down into village, and then Charvet spins him. There's no other words for it. Charvet spins him. And PXC is in the pits with a broken wing. That's... Oof.
Are you PXC ran the wall. He rammed into the wall.
But this was before. Right? Lap 24, right? He comes out of the... Charvet comes out of the pit and knocks PXC. Then PXC gets spun around. So if he's hit a wall later, yes, but he's lost all his position from that move.
I have no idea what's going on.
He loses control. Well, like I said, Charvet comes out of the pits to start lap 24. He comes lap 23, sorry. Out of nowhere, he goes full speed onto the racing line into PXC, and PXC and then tries to block him. And he now makes a move on a lap. God, no, he makes contact with Home. What is going on? He's made contact with Home as he's trying to get by PXC's teammate, which is Pereira. What is going on?
My brain's just like, oh no. Mommy, get the remote. I'm having a brain fart. As we can see, that is Joe Ciampa. He's losing ground to the car of Andrew Stocco. Oh, it's still a pretty weird name to say, but there he is. Car number 27 in second position, currently being chased by the car number 26 of Andrew Stocco. Coming through onto the new circuit. I think Joe has he's ran out of boost.
They're not going to go side by side into the first corner, are they? No, into Abbey and
Andrew backed out.
Stocco decides, yeah. Andrew backs down, and you can see Ciampa there trying to defend. He takes the inside line at Village. Not the best line, really, but you have to be on the deep end. Take the conventional apex around the loop into entry. Now, he does have his boost back, does he? I'm not so sure. No! Not enough boost. And Stocco's going to take it. He will take this now. They're going to be careful. They'll almost be 3 wide going into Brooklands. That was a little bit scary. But Stocco does take P2 away from Ciampa. Ciampa has no boost. Now, what's going on there? Is that just... We haven't seen Joe race for a while. Now he's got a lot of boost though for the start-finish. Different boosting battles. They're going to go be side by side on the old start-finish straight into Stowe. Can't make
Can he do an under? No, he can't do an over.
I said
an
Stowe,
over
it
under.
was Cops. No,
yeah,
it was Cops.
Yeah, you did. You remember when we were talking about it earlier before we started the stream?
I did the thing.
You did the. You got to mix up.
10 minutes remaining, still battling, but I think Ciampa has used all his boost.
Couldn't have.
Oh no, hang on. Now he's catching on to Stocko.
Yeah.
Because someone explain to me who's using what boost strategy here, because this is absolutely different. Both of them are doing something different. Is that Stocko trying to get by Ciampa, or is that Ciampa just really just using whatever boost he's got? Is he struggling? I'm not sure.
Well, I know the boys, and they use a pretty defined boosting strategy. They don't tend not to overthink it. But Andrew Stocko's just boost. He's boosting away.
He's gone, hasn't he? He has gone, and the lap was 1 second faster than what Joe was setting there. So there could be an issue there that he's out of boost. He hasn't regenerated enough. But again, catches up to Stocko. But we'll watch here on the straight just to see if it is a different of boost or out of boost. And it's about the same now. So I think Ciampa just had a bit of an issue there and ran out of boost. Meanwhile, in the GTEs.
Yeah, as you can see in the GTEs, I was actually about to lead to that. We do have this battle for P1 again, but the new challenger is Craig Dancy. Sorry, Craig was in the lead. What? Oh yeah, because he didn't pit that time, but he is now pitted and he's now slotted behind Laurent Benso. Laurent is 0.2 of a second a lap faster than Craig Dancy at this current moment. But he's still within the danger zone of giving slipstream to Dancy, which just definitely doesn't want to do that.
Oh, you've just seen the chat, haven't you?
Yeah,
Hello, Matthew.
Yeah,
hello, Matthew. Matthew has just said that that race wasn't his best, but he's alive, folks. He's alive. Don't worry. That flip into reverse into inverse flip and wibbly wobbly timey wimey, he's still alive. Don't worry. It's good to see you, Matt. It's a shame you're not out racing. The gap now for the GTE is almost a second. Dancy was just catching. You need about 1.2 to really start looking at the slipstream. I like to aim for 1, the AK DRS range. Not able to get it at the moment, Dancy. He's had a little bit of a slow Beckett's and Chapel there, so not exactly good in the Radicals car. So that will give the Monaco Esports Benzo there just a bit of a buffer with 7 minutes to go.
Like, I saw the chat out of the corner of my eye and I was just like, oh no.
I'm like, I'm going to wait for you to finish and then I'll say something. Stocko, though, has increased his gap again on Ciampa. The gap is now 2 seconds. It was about 1.5. So it really is just Stocko being probably better with the braking, saving more energy, just holding on and using it at the right time. So some good moves there from Stocko. He's made up 4 spots. Granted, a lot of that is because of the deaths in the race. He's made up 4 spots. Ciampa made up 5. So could be that reason, but we'll keep an eye on that battle. Brad Mifkloff is 42 seconds ahead of everybody, by the way.
I haven't put the cameras on him since we said his race, by the way. Like, literally.
Really? Well, you're going to have to the moment that he crosses the line, but with 6:25 to go, there is another battle in the GTEs that I want to keep an eye on. It's Reese Newland trying to catch up and get a podium spot back after losing the lead and then losing P2 and going back to P4. The gap between him and Matler now is a 1.5 seconds. So you've got a second gap between first and second, and then third and fourth, 1.5 seconds. All in both of their own little bubbles right now, just battling it out. So we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, there's not a lot going on elsewhere. The LMP2s, Hallam's had a 2.5 second lead over Grimbergus. And we've been mentioning the ever extending gap in the LMP1s.
So, 5 minutes ago, we've seen 2 murders. Or no, well, 2 deaths. One was oof, and the other was very oof. What would have happened if you had that happen to you?
In real life or in the sim?
Both.
In real life, I'd be dead.
Both. Okay, so in real life you'd be dead. What in the sim?
Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure Matt had his hand on the steering wheel because of the way the steering wheel was going. I would have tried to keep my hand on the steering wheel because that would be a natural instinct. But that would really hurt my hands. If I was in VR, I'd basically have to just take everything off and just lie down. But elsewhere, I'd just accept my fate and probably call it a day. Yeah, death by G-force is what Matthew was saying. Definitely would be death by G-force. But what it isn't a death is this battle now for the GTE lead. It's almost half a second. Dancy trying to catch Benzo, but is still making his way. He's gaining. He gained half a second the last lap. It's amazing what these Corvettes can do. It's crazy. Meanwhile, the gap as well between Mattler and Newman has gone down to less than half a second. And they're coming on the start-finish straight now.
Yeah, we have 0.3 of a second between Bastien and Reese. This is going to be down to the wire, I would imagine. And Wilk and D'Souza are fighting for the first of the not podiums.
Oh, the horrible P4. The horrible P4. Oh, I mean, I don't know if I'd ever take it.
imagine if there was an LMP4. You could say LMP1, LMP2, LMP3, and the LMP4 is not on the podium because it's 4 classes.
Wow. I think actually they tried to develop an LMP4 because they've already got an LMP3. Anyway, back to the racing. The gap for the lead is now half a second. They come around the Velchicane into club right now. Benzo. And again, not a good lap there. Dancy is really pushing. I wonder, has Benzo underfueled? No, a 55.9 versus a 55.681. Definitely has an underfueled. He is just getting pushed from Dancy right now. Down they come into Village. The gap keeps closing and slowly expands behind them. The gap is now 0.2 of a second between Newland and Mattler. What can they do? Coming around the farm curve right now. Newland could make the move if he wants to. Just a bit too far away. They are still pushing. It's very interesting to see this. 2:45 remaining. We've got the leader, Ruslan Baron-Rivkov, on lap 35. We are looking at 37 laps. Like, this gives you an idea. So, definitely 2 laps to go for everybody at the moment. Dancy still trying to catch on to Benzo. He gets so close, but then he has to wait because if he goes too early, he'll go into the back of Benzo. It's the same with Newland and Mattler. Newland's lost a little bit of time, by the way, up the straight into Woodcock. So that will be interesting to see, but they're still battling. Trying to keep an eye on these 3 battles. It's going to be tough right now. I'll tell you that right now.
I've just looked at the clip of us showing the death. I hate laughing at it, but I'm just like, oh no.
It's a horrible thing to see, but at the same time, it's like a perfect storm death, apart from... Did you notice how the car just basically then just stopped as it hit the wall? Yeah,
it did. Extremely safe crashing mechanism. You know, you can have a crash.
We don't want to see these 4 crash, by the way. The gap, Dancy's still trying to find the way, but you can't find a way in the Velchicane or Club. They're coming up to they're on lap 31 right now. They'll have 1 more lap after this. There's nowhere for them to go. Newland's trying to get by Mattler. Nowhere for him to go. Dancy trying to get by Benzo. In both of these battles, it's a Corvette trying to get by a Porsche, but there's nowhere for either of them to go, and they get so close, but the slipstream just doesn't allow them. By the time they're there, it's too late. So you see Dancy right now, they're coming around the loop, and there's Stocko there. And that'll be slipstream for Benzo.
Ooh, Benzo going wide, coming on to Wellington. He's not to do any more of those kinds of mistakes, otherwise he'll be caught out by Dancy, who will love to strike at the opportunity to get in the lead. He's looking on the inside, coming through Woodcut on towards the... Oh, sorry, Dancy almost doing it himself. He's going to lose some time having that mistake over the gravel. The car almost going sideways and kicking out the rear end. And he's got Joe Ciampa in the background looking to see if he can get past and continue putting laps down. Ooh, will he make it? Will Joe? Yes, Joe. Ooh.
No, he holds up. He holds back. He understands the situation at the front is a leader's battle. Does he want to put himself at the bookmark? He does put himself at the bookmark. he puts himself in between. Dancy's had to slow down a little bit there. For Benzo. Now comes Bland behind them as well. That's a battle we got to keep an eye on at the last lap as well. But just there, unlucky there for Dancy, losing that time. Baron Mifkloff, by the way, has started his final lap. It's white flag. What about Newland and Matler? They've got no lap traffic going through Maggot, Beckett's and Chapel. Newland might have a run right here. The gap is 0.3. It's only 0.4 now. He's not going to be able to. He'd have to do a late lunge. I cannot see it. Let's just wait and see. No, the back almost goes out for Newland. Really trying to throw this car in. Doesn't lose much time from it, but both these guys, Dancy and Newland, if they want to make the position, they're going to have to push. But Dancy's got it all to do after that issue there with the lapping traffic coming out of Chapel.
And especially given the fact that, you know, with the way that it's currently set up, with the way that it's currently set up, if he cannot make it happen, we're looking like, you know, it'll.
Oh, he goes in. Does he make it? No, they're side by side. Side by side, they go into the loop right now, and Newland goes for the over-under, cannot make it. Aintree, what happens right now? He had the little bit of slipstream. Baron Mifkloff crosses the line. The winner is Baron Mifkloff. We're not interested in that right now. This is the battle for third and fourth in the GTEs. Coming now into Luffield. Who gets the move? Matlock puts his car in the middle, makes it wide as he can. Through here they go now into Luffield. Trying the bumper. Newland wants to make this move. He's got a good chance at Copt if he can get a good exit here at Woodcock. I think he's got a chance. We'll wait and see. Goes as tight to the wall as he can. Takes all the slipstream. He's too far away. They've got no lap traffic behind them. So they have clear air right now. What will happen coming through to Maggots right now? Inside line there for Matler. Newland follows it. He wants his slipstream. Make sure he doesn't get the dirty air. Bit of late braking there. Trying to be, again, more late braking for Newland. Losing a little bit of time, but he's still there. He's still there on Chapel. This is his best chance. Matler knows it. He takes the inside straight away. Going for a little bit of he goes to the outside. Now he goes to the inside. He is trying to break this toe. Newland wants it. He will have to make the move. Can he sell the dummy? He cannot. He'll go around the outside of... No, he can't make it. He cannot make it. Come down to Bell. Last shot saloon. Into Bell. There's nowhere to go. Matler takes it. And then a little bit of move on the braking there, Matler. A little bit of move on the braking there. He will take it. He hits the barrier. Hits the sausage curve. Matler will take P3. Meanwhile, Benzo took the win, by the way, from Dancy. Wow, what a finish.
Josiamba holding P3 away from Tom Bland, who was looking up on his inside. You can just see the amount of damage that's on the rear end of Sam Blackwood there. Dear Lord, look at him. That's some rear end damage. But,
okay, so while we were watching that, nothing else happened, by the way, while we were watching that. But wow, that was a very interesting battle.
Yeah, I think we should do our darndest and go over the results for the race.
Yeah, let's do it. So we talked about Russell and Baron Rifkloff. He took the win. Basically the winner of the guys that didn't die. Simple as. He stayed out in front, didn't get caught up into drama. He takes the win. 38 seconds ahead of Andrew Stocco. Took P2 back from Ciampa at the near the end of the race, and then just plowed away. Ciampa held on to P3 by 0.3 of a second to Tom Bland, who takes 4th. Sam Blackwood will take 5th. Matthew Notley will take 6th. P7 would be Jens Peter Latrop Home. Into the LMP2s we go quickly to Tom K. Hallams. He takes the victory from the LMP2s. Gustas Grimbergus was 29 seconds behind. Then everybody in the LMP2 field was lapped by those two. Jack Godden in 3rd. D'Souza in 4th. Thomas Wick into 5th. Wouter Nielsen into 6th. Tom Meverell takes 7th. Stebbe takes 8th. Sam Coleman takes 9th. The GTs weren't that bad, were they, Rob?
No, they weren't at all. Benzo taking the W, the number 1 in W1. Dancy, after that was Newland, who had his incident where he spin. He kept it going, but he did have a little bit of spin, but that let Matler and Dancy through, and Dancy took the second step on the podium, as did Mattler took the third step on the podium. Newland himself finished in 4th position. Aslankan in 5th position. Pereira in 6th. In 7th is Charvet. Brun in 8th position. Pikesy in 9th, unfortunately having had the first lap incident, and then having the incident where the car of Charvet hit him. Connor Pearson was the last retiree of the race. Gomez following behind Loveridge. We saw what happened to him. Yakubu and Salmon and Smith, Tonks and Kruger. You already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to show that again.
So are we just going to say that the driver of the day is Matt Loveridge for surviving that crash? Simple as.
Yeah, damn right. Damn right I am.
Yeah. Let's not bother with our driver of the day because, well, at the same time, we've got to give a shout out to Alex Salmon. He tried to one-up Matt Loveridge. A great drive and a great flip performance there from Alex Salmon. But he didn't nail the landing. That was the thing. Didn't nail the landing. But Matt Loveridge
didn't nail the landing.
He didn't. He was on his roof. And he will tell you himself. He was on his roof. He had to tow. Matt Loveridge, though, he used every bit of the arena to his own using, and made this fantastic move.
Well, then, oh yeah, I forgot to warn. That's what happened. That is exactly what happened.
You see? Nailed the landing.
I mean, if you can call that nailing the landing, we'll make him driver of the day. How about it?
He's driver of the day anyway. Does it matter? I mean, what else do you want to say?
And the only reason he's our driver of the day is because he did some acrobatics.
We've had driver of the days for other decent reasons, you know. To be fair, when we are being serious, there has been some great racing there. Stocko and Ciampa had a great race at the end there. Congratulations to Stocko for a podium as well. Ciampa.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look how this car just rears up. Like, look at this. Look, just yeet. Just yeets.
It's like netcode that then throws it down, doesn't it?
And then he reverses his direction of oh
my god, I just don't understand that.
Of ascension. Yeah, flipping. Hang on him. There we go. Just decides to reverse its direction.
I just don't know. I was gonna say, when we're talking about good performances in seriousness, this is to be our driver of the day anyway. Like I said, Stocko and Ciampa, good little battle there, especially Tom Bland at the end with a late heroics as well. Just unlucky. Not a lot to say in the LMP2 field, in all due fairness. Apart from Grimberger's, don't think he qualified. Yeah, he didn't qualify, so he had to go from the back of the field to get a P2. So a good drive there. Nielsen made up 6 spots. Craig Dancy made up 3 spots to get that P2 and almost had a chance for the win. He was half a second behind. So great drive from him when we're talking about good drives as well, by the way. So some good drives all around, but definitely we have to say that Matt Loveridge is our driver of the day. Just because, well, he did the best flip in the world and landed it.
I mean, it was lucky that he landed it, but he still landed it.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to keep the shilling short.
Are we?
Yeah, let's keep it short this time. So, if you like what you see, guys, give us a follow on our Twitter, Raidillon TV on Twitter. Like us on our Facebook page. Give us a subscribe on YouTube. Like the stream if you like the stream. Follow us on Twitch and all that kind of jazz. Follow us on. Come to our Discord and join us. Join in on the memes and get notified of when we go live. And Craig, anything else to add?
We will be back Sunday night for the Fanatec GT1 series at the Indianapolis Road Course. If you do want to see more of it, we'll be back next week.
I think he meant to say we'll be back next week.
Yeah, for IMSA, for what's it called? For Petit Le Mans, sorry. We're professional. 20 minutes is the race spot IMSA broadcast, which we always like to throw them, you know, go over there and tell them we sent you. Be great as well. The links are there as well. But if you have enjoyed us, thank you. Hopefully we will see you again on Sunday. If not, next week, Road America. Thank you very much. Sorry for the issues early on, but we made it through.
Yeah,
we made it through like Matt Loveridge. Like Matt Loveridge, we made it through.
That's why he's our driver for today. But thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. We'll see you on Sunday. If you're taking part in the Petit Le Mans, good luck to you. Hopefully you have a nice, good drive and stay safe. Until then, take care and enjoy your guys' weekend.